What's up, YouTube? It's Paulie B here. Today I'm going to talk about the number one biggest, most important thing when it comes to your training. That's training with intensity, training with fucking passion. I don't see people in the gym training like they give a fuck these days. A lot of people are coming in, going on their cell phone, getting distracted, and there's no intensity, no passion behind their training, and that passion is what gives you the intensity you need to grow. One of the best bodybuilders of all time, Michael Menzer, he wrote a book called Heavy Duty Training. It talks about the importance of intensity, hitting it hard and fast, getting your workout in, and then recovering afterwards. Dorian Yates was a big fan of this style of training. Both of them were mass monsters, especially for their time, So when it comes to training and getting results, it's the intensity behind it that's one of the most important factors I see lacking today. So let me show you what that intensity looks like. That's intensity. Alright, so I wanted to talk about what you just saw in that last video and break it down a little bit, because otherwise it looks a little bit like I'm just trying to do a bunch of random exercises and show off. So the first thing you probably noticed, the first exercise I'm doing is front raises. And at first I'm doing the front raises standing pretty much straight up, back nice and straight, and I have this long range of motion as I'm doing these front raises. Now, at a certain point in the front raises, I bend a little bit at the hip. I'm still keeping my back straight. That's a very, very important point of this. At no point do you want to be curving your back. That's where you can damage your spine, damage your discs. Probably won't do it with an exercise this late, but it's still just a bad habit to have. Much better to do it properly, have that straight spine while you do it. So I bend a little bit at the hip, and what this does actually, as I do this, I'm actually now, when you, let's say you're doing side laterals and you bend a little bit at the hip, you bring in a little bit more rear deltoid, and now while I'm doing these plate raises, a pretty decent bend at the elbow, so it's almost like I'm in this anatomical position close to where I would be doing a side lateral. So by bending a little bit at the hip, I'm now shortening the range of motion a little, taking a little bit of the front deltoid out of it, and actually bringing a little bit of more back deltoid into it. So it really makes those plate raises a really good overall shoulder builder, because while I'm straight up, targeting more front deltoid in isolation, and as I come with more of a bend forward, it starts to hit more side and back deltoid. Makes it a great overall shoulder builder. The next exercise I do is I go to do a shoulder press, and the weight I have on the bar is a little bit too heavy after having just completely exhausted myself with that isolation exercise for shoulders. I had 145 on there. Normally it would be 155, but my bar is actually 35 instead of the standard 45 for an Olympic bar. So I have 145 on there. I'm able to get one rep. You know, definitely would like to have done a little bit lighter of weight, done more reps ideally, but that's what I had on hand at the time. In the future, I would probably lighten that up a bit and probably go a little heavier than just the 45-pound plate, although doing that 30 plus reps really felt fantastic in terms of putting a lot of blood into muscle. I then went immediately into doing bent over rows as part of this cycle of exercises, as part of this superset. Bent over rows, not so much back deltoid as I would have liked, but back deltoid is a muscle involved. I made sure to concentrate and squeeze the back deltoid muscle as I did it. Tried to have more of an emphasis on that than, you know, lats like someone typically would while doing bent over rows. Then I took off the 210s on the side, dropped down to 125. Now I'm doing straight rows and really focusing on the back deltoid again, more so, you know, than if I was doing the standard bent over rows. After that, I go into a lighter set of shoulder presses, get another 4 or 5 reps, use my legs a little toward the end to help with push presses, you know, almost like to overtrain past that point of what my shoulders could normally do. But before you're gonna cheat at all, before you're going to bring your legs into, you want to make sure you're giving it every last ounce of strength, doing very, very strict form. And that's kind of the whole point of this video and what I'm talking about when I talk about intensity. It's about the amount of effort you're giving it. That's really going to make the difference, because if you're dogging it and you're not really giving effort, you know, that's the reason why you see people who come to a gym every day for 2 hours for like 3-4 years, and you've seen them every day there for 3 years and there's no change, because you see when they work out, there's no intensity, they're not struggling. You know, their face is like they're going to the bank or something. There's no intensity there. So, you know, the whole point of this video and what I'm saying is it's the level of effort that's going to make the biggest difference, not necessarily your exact amount of reps or your exact amount of weight. It's important to have good form. And the other point I'm making is if you're going to break form, do it right. You know, when you bend a little bit at the hip to shorten a range of motion, that's fine. But curling your back, arching it like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, that's not fine. That's not okay. So when you break form, know what you're doing. You want to do isolation first in this style of heavy duty, heavy duty training and supersets that we're doing. Again, it's really great if you're at a caloric deficit and you can't afford to do a lot of volume and you just want to hit the workout hard and fast. It's great if you're someone who is always pressed for time like I am, you know, because you could get a really good, really intense workout in really fast. But the whole point of it, the whole main thing of it is you're going to have to give it every fucking ounce of effort you got, and that's why it's going to work. All right, so I hope that helped, guys. I hope that explains it. Peace out. All right, I hope everyone enjoyed that heavy duty shoulder training video. Please let me know if you have any questions below in the comments. Also, let me know what other training videos, any other supplement videos, or any videos on any other topic that you'd like to see next related to bodybuilding or surrounding topics. Peace out, guys.